Hey, my name is Sachin Pense and I'm one of the two peer team leads along with Sutikshna. The history of peer support is characterized by people coming together to support one another, and with people creating spaces for new kinds of support and new kinds of healing that they could not find in their daily lives. Now, peer support may sound like this big, complicated term, but in a lot of ways, it's no different than what we do in our day to day lives. Supporting a friend going through a rough time or being an active listener to a loved one. In our program, we look for people who are empathetic, non-judgmental, and active listeners to become care leaders.
As education and peer support leaders at Care Spaces, Sachin and I, Sutikshna, want to make sure our care leaders feel the extension of belonging that the rest of us on the team do. Belonging to us means three things: collaborative learning, holistic consideration, and frequent feedback. Collaborative learning. We're stronger together. We want to hear and build on the ideas and expertise of all our care leaders. Holistic consideration. All of you matters. We believe that the whole group is enriched when it makes space for one another's thoughts and emotions. Frequent feedback. We are here to adapt. As our previous year's care leaders may speak to, we want to hear what is and isn't working for you so that we can keep the important conversations going. I, personally, felt like many aspects of my life came full circle when I joined a like-minded group of passionate and perceptive individuals. And we know our care leaders will too.
Over the course of the past few years, stories surrounding misconduct in the community have become more and more prevalent, and honest, constructive conversations about things that make us uncomfortable in this community are hard to have, rare, and often avoided. We want to make these conversations more accessible and relevant to the needs of our community, so we are creating a network and a safe space that is fueled by relatability and shared experiences.
So people often wonder, what is peer support and how is it different from therapy or the kind of care that I would get from a clinician? People often wonder if they should get one or the other or both, and I actually think that peer support is a complementary resource to therapy or the kind of care that you would get from a clinician. Peer supporters, like our care leaders, are ready to provide peers with emotional support and active listening, while also understanding the cultural context and nuances to Indian art spaces. Our care leaders are also willing to share their own experiences as applicable and refer people to resources that we have compiled that might help them on their healing journey. If this sounds interesting to you, or you'd like to support members of the community in this capacity, we highly encourage you to apply. We would love to have you.
So our 2022-2023 Care Leader application is officially live. The deadline to submit is January 31st at midnight Eastern Standard Time. You can find the link to this application on our website or social media platforms. If you're having any trouble, please feel free to message, DM, or email us, and we'll be happy to provide that link for you. The application itself is a simple Google form. Once you've submitted, on a rolling basis, you'll be invited to interview in the month of February. You'll probably end up interviewing with one or two members of the Care Spaces board. Once we've interviewed all eligible candidates, we hope to inform you of your final decision. We really look forward to, hopefully at the end of February, welcoming our new batch of 2022-2023 care leaders. We hope you all apply, and we truly cannot wait to read all of your applications.
A care leader should be familiar with the Indian performing arts context and ensure that active members of the community can practice their art while also feeling supported, safe, and healthy. We are the first ever organization to provide peer support leaders, our care leaders, a customized, tailor-made, culturally responsive training to specifically support members of the global Indian performing arts community.
Peer support gains a large portion of its credibility from its inherent cultural relevance. The individuals providing support share context with those receiving support. To this end, our training process asks care leaders three things: to reflect carefully on their own experiences within the Indian performing arts community, consider a broad range of backgrounds and perspectives, and hone their intuition for identifying and addressing the need of the moment. We also practice this by exploring and applying non-judgmental, active listening, and accurate empathy across different scenarios. This way, they not only have shared context, but know how to speak about it constructively. Our care leaders are also provided with and add on to a curated list of professional resources to support peers who may seek that. All these training components and more enrich our care leaders to provide personalized support.
Have you ever felt that you're in need of support, but you don't exactly know what you need or how to find it? Our care leaders are trained in our extensive resource directory, which is a carefully compiled repository of resources, including mental health providers, community organizations, legal resources, among others. Talking to a care leader in conjunction with identifying what types of additional resources would be good for you can help make the process of seeking support that much easier.
In niche communities such as the Indian performing arts community, we often find that we share friends, colleagues, and acquaintances. During the Me Too movement, we found that reporting services and survivor resources were not transparent and did not mitigate conflicts of interest. Through our peer support services, we strive to mitigate any conflicts of interest and maintain privacy on all fronts.
We hope you all apply, and we truly cannot wait to read all of your applications.